Welcome to the Museum of Financial History. I am Clara, your guide through the echoes of the past. Today, I invite you on a journey through wars and trade, through ambition and innovation, through trust and uncertainty, and through the remarkable story of how a simple object changed human civilization forever. Before we begin, take a moment to look around you. These halls are filled with silent witnesses of history. Every coin, every banknote, every artifact displayed here once belonged to a real person. A merchant negotiating a trade. A soldier returning from battle. A ruler seeking power. Or perhaps an ordinary citizen trying to build a better future. At first glance, they may seem like simple objects. But each one carries a story. And together, they tell the story of money itself. Now let us travel back more than 2,000 years. The Roman Republic is trembling. Hannibal's armies threaten Rome. The treasury is nearly empty. Fear spreads through the streets. Markets slow down. Families worry about tomorrow. Confidence is disappearing. And history teaches us something important. When people lose trust, economies begin to collapse long before buildings do. Rome understood this danger. And in a moment of crisis, the Republic made a decision that would echo across centuries. They created a coin. Not merely as a piece of metal. Not merely as currency. But as a symbol. A symbol of endurance. A symbol of stability. A symbol of trust. They called it moneta. At that moment, nobody could have imagined how influential that decision would become. Yet today, thousands of years later, the words money and mint still carry echoes of that ancient choice. The modern financial world still stands on the same foundation. Trust. And that is why this story matters. Welcome to FinClear. As a numismatist, I do not see coins merely as currency. I see them as time machines. When we study ancient coins, we are not simply counting artifacts. We are reading messages left behind by entire civilizations. Think about it. Ancient societies had no television. No social media. No internet. No smartphones. Yet rulers still needed a way to communicate with millions of people. How could they spread their message? How could they project power? How could they influence public opinion? The answer was surprisingly simple. A coin. Every time someone bought food, paid taxes, or traded goods, they held the government's message in their hand. A coin could travel farther than a speech. Farther than a messenger. Farther than a monument. In many regions, citizens never saw their ruler in person. But they saw his face every single day on their coins. In many ways, it was the world's first viral marketing campaign. Now, let us take a closer look at a coin itself. Because every detail tells a story. To truly understand money, you must first understand its anatomy. The obverse. The face. The side that presents authority. The side that tells you who is in control. The reverse. The back. The promise of value. The message being communicated to society. Nothing is accidental. Every symbol has meaning. An eagle may represent strength. A laurel wreath may symbolize victory. A temple may represent faith. Even the smallest detail was carefully chosen. And then there is the edge. The rim. Something most people barely notice. Yet it represents one of history's most clever financial innovations. For centuries, criminals would shave tiny amounts of precious metal from coins. Just enough to avoid detection. Just enough to profit. Governments fought back by adding ridges to the edge. Suddenly, tampering became obvious. A simple solution. A powerful idea. And remarkably, that same technology still exists in modern coins today. Now consider the extraordinary journey money has taken. Long before coins existed, people traded shells, beads, livestock, tools, even salt. In some societies, salt became so valuable that it was used as a form of payment. The history of money is far more diverse than many imagine. Then came precious metals. Gold, silver, bronze. Later came paper money. A revolutionary concept. People agreed that a piece of paper could represent value. Then came banks, credit, global trade, electronic payments. And today much of the world's wealth exists as invisible digital information. Numbers stored inside computers, moving across continents in fractions of a second. The technology has changed dramatically. But the central question remains exactly the same. Trust. A gold coin has value because people trust it. A banknote has value because people trust it. A digital balance has value because people trust it. Even the most advanced financial technology cannot function without trust. Whether it is a Roman denarius, a modern bank account, or blockchain code, humanity continues to ask the same question. Do I trust this? And perhaps that is the most important lesson hidden within these museum walls. History is not simply a collection of old objects. History is a cycle. The challenges change. The tools evolve. The technology advances. But human behavior remains surprisingly familiar. The past still speaks to us, if we are willing to listen. So if you are tired of the noise, if you want to understand the deeper architecture of finance, if you want to see beyond headlines and trends, then subscribe to FinClear. Together we will explore the ideas that shape the financial world and the innovations that may shape its future. Because understanding money is ultimately about understanding people. And understanding people is understanding history itself. Thank you for visiting the Museum of Financial History. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep exploring the stories hidden in plain sight.